Dena being sus. Dena being more sus. Oh man, episode 7 of Wild Last Boss appears. Dena with 2 grin moments. She put that little Venus grin in there left and right. Jupiter getting mad. You set me up. You set me up. Which plays against my whole theory. I was convinced this could be a whole situation where Dena is trying to get Luffus upset. Get them involved in conflict, thus forcing them to have to go after the Demon Lord. But I don't think that's the case. It could still play that way. But it just seems like she's trying to get all these luminaries taken out. Just get all these devil folks put into Luffus's path and have Luffus take them out. Force them in that position. Force them to have to get in that position. But it could still play into my theory if, by bringing all the devil folk out, having them all be taken out by Luffus will force the Demon Lord to come forth. All the luminaries are gone. Technically, all the devil folks lose all their power. It could still technically work out in her favor. It could still technically dismantle the powers that is in the devil folk. Because the luminaries are the most powerful, and they're still technically pretty weak. Once they're out of the way, humankind could technically rise up. They will no longer have a fear of going on the battlefield against the devil folk and have a luminary show up and take them out. I don't know, it still all plays to my theory there, but we'll see. We'll see. I kind of want them to get it over with already. Like, after this episode, the way this episode ends with the whole photo thing, just finish it off. Just get out of the way. I don't really, as much as I have a lot of fun with the whole Dena sus thing, it's going to get old eventually. It's a fun little punchline, but eventually it's gonna get old. But that aside, episode 7, pretty solid episode. I really did enjoy a lot of the bits in this whole thing. Again, kind of getting in the same situation as Megress, of the failures of these heroes. Although at the very end, we did reveal the third hero, and they seem much different. That vampire chick at the very end, which should be the third one, she seems much different. She wants to fight Luffus. Oh, Luffus is back and Megress didn't tell me? Damn, now we get to pick up where we left off. She wants to fight. So that would be cool. Now again, I would assume that she's also going to be cursed just like the rest of them. I didn't see a missing limb or anything. It could be she lost her teeth or something. I didn't really look to see if she was missing something. But I'll be curious if she was actually cursed at all. She could have allied with the devil folk. That's my other theory there. I'm curious if she might be doing a lot better and holding her own because she allied with them. We'll see, though. She looked like she's in a very dark place. She could be outside or in the realms of the devil folk. We'll see. But anyways, let's get into the episode proper, opening up with Audius confronting Luffus and mentioning the idea of somebody potentially working for the other side for her favor. Yeah, I'd punch them, but I would accept them in because they were doing it for my favor. You know, they were trying to help me out, just like with Audius, obviously. And it's kind of odd that he has to have that told to him to realize that, because that's what Luffus did for them. So it was enough for them to kind of go, okay, I know what to do now. I'm going to go punch them and then accept them, pretty much. But yes, very quickly, Luffus picks up, oh wait, this whole berserking thing is this moon power, and there's one person that, Keros, yes, that's not good. Audius is not going to do well with it, which, yeah, seemed to be the case. The moment that Audius, even though they were, going after Keros, seemed like they had some sort of advantage based on the fact that they've been trained this whole time, but still not enough to go against them. And just before the end, yes, Luffus shows up. I love this because I thought that was going to be more of a conflict here. Like, Keros could be like, yes, Luffus, I really want to turn to your side, but I have to do this for your sake. Well, then I'm going to have to beat the crap out of you. Yes, I understand. Beat the crap out of me. And then, yes, Luffus beats the crap out of him. And then they finally, go, okay, sir, I will bow down to you again. No, the moment Luffus says, I'm back, cry. I got a massive kick out of that. It's like, again, Audius even says it afterwards. Like, she wouldn't do it because I said it. No, Luffus had to show up. Like, it took Luffus just literally showing up, and he just starts bawling his eyes out and completely submits. Even though, again, Audius said that. It was dorky. It was super dorky. I loved it, though. But yeah, find out that at this point that even though the berserking has been removed, it's playing into their own emotions, so they're going to still attack. So the Civil War is still going to go on. And this is where it kind of breaks for Dena for me, because Dena shows up. We crack the joke again. Keros doesn't seem like he recognizes them, but then really quickly says, oh, you must be the person that's working in the background with the crazy stealth ability. So it kind of played into not recognizing him, but at the same time acknowledging the fact that they don't know who they are. So it still plays in the joke. But again, working against what I said last episode is the fact that Dena immediately shows up, acknowledge that the Civil War is happening, but doesn't seem to do anything to sort of favor the idea of Luffus seeing something happen, but actually wanting to stop it. Dena's providing a way to stop it rather than allow it to happen to mess with Luffus. So again, it plays against what I said, but it works towards the idea of wanting to get rid of the devil folk. Because yes, I have an idea, let's go over there, I'll talk to everybody. And she does when they show up there. But yes, elsewhere, Libra's taking down Jupiter. Shows up 10 minutes too early, which, yeah, turned out exactly what she said. It was going to take 10 minutes. Dena accepted that, and that's all Dena really wanted. Dena wanted him to come back before the 20 minutes was up, just to take down Jupiter. That's why she agreed to it. But he just cuts to all the different locations. He's hiding constantly. She's just showing up. It was dorky. It was like a horror film with this golem just constantly chasing him around, and he's just ticked off that, Dena failed, or Venus failed at what they were doing. It was super dorky. But yes, eventually she does show up at the place with Jupiter in hand. She gives no explanation. Here's a devil folk. Do with what you wish. And nobody knows why he's even there. Nobody knows that Jupiter was the one that was puppeting everything. So her just throwing Jupiter out there doesn't change anything. Dena, please go fix it. Yes, I'll jump out there. And again, Dena explains the fact that, yes, you're all manipulating. This guy is the one behind it all and all that kind of crap. And again, Jupiter very quickly realizes who she is. Really quickly realizes who's in front of him is, in fact, Venus. Gives that little smile and everything. You knew this was going to happen. You set this all up. Again, playing into my theory that I think she's trying to exterminate all of them, put all of them in front of Luffus just to get them taken out. And he tries to say something, but then unfortunately Libra just decides that was the point of execution. You've done plenty enough to, excuse execution, and you stood up. That was enough. Done. Getting rid of you. It's like, damn it. Damn it. It was so close to him saying, hey, you don't realize who she is. She's actually not who you think she is. But yeah, with that all out of the way, though, they go and they meet up with Merrick, and pretty much the same thing played out as what happened with Megrez. I mean, there's a little bit of a difference here in the idea that it is getting a little bit more into Merrick and the idea that they were a winged one just like Luffus was, somebody that had everything given to them. But when they were heroes, when they were traveling the world together, Merrick believed that he wasn't ever strong. I was never strong. I was always just following the rest of you. You were all strong. I was just this little weakling that was just in your shadows, just being shielded by you guys. That's his whole problem there. Again, it does confirm for Luffus, once again, that this is not a player, that this is going to be another situation of this being a person of this world, which at this point, I'm pretty much convinced they're all going to be that case. I mean, it would be super shocking if the vampire ends up actually being a player. That would kind of explain differently if they have so much confidence still that they may still be a player, but I doubt it. I mean, it'd be a cool twist for the end of this core, but either way, it kind of, again, plays the same way. Them not having confidence, feeling they're lacking, this upsetting, our main character, but also him acknowledging that this has probably upset Luffus as well. The idea that I wrote that in the character to say that at that final moment, and now you're saying this, it's kind of disrespectful to their legacy. You were the victor. Now you're saying the victory was an error? Have some pride in yourself. Step up. Stop being this way. Yes, we also confirm the idea that they do have this whole negative effect from the Demon Lord. With Megrez, they lost a leg. With Merrick, they lost a wing, so they can't fly anymore. Again, I'll be curious if the person at the end, the vampire, will have lost something. Let me just check the screenshots real quick. Maybe I got something in there. Now, I don't see anything. It doesn't even show her teeth. It could be a teeth thing again, because they're a vampire. That would be very fitting if they lose their teeth. I mean, if Merrick lost a wing, that's sort of a staple of being a winged one. If a vampire loses something, you would typically think it's going to be their teeth. We'll see, though. Only one tooth. She has to drink with one tooth. Anyway, it's stupid. Anyway, yeah. Getting upset, telling him to take pride, step up. This is your role now. You took that victory, all that kind of stuff. Before, yes, goes to leave. And then, yes, we have the little photo moment. Because Lieber really badly wanted to take a footage of the whole process of Luffus doing that. And he's like, no, please delete it. That's very embarrassing. Oh, yeah, by the way, delete any photos if you have them. Which is weird to say that Libra has the ability to take footage, but they don't know what photos are. Now, photos itself is I guess I'd have to check the actual, literal wording. It could be the process of photography itself. But yes, my mind immediately goes to footage is typically a series of photos, but I don't know, maybe they went straight to footage and skipped photos. But again, golems technically are sort of an oddity of this world, so they could have technically the idea of footage of a golem and not have photography. It's weird. Whatever. Who cares? The word photos is what's really kind of sticking out to them. And yes, this is something that Audius is like, I don't know what that is. What does that even mean? Agokar is like, what is a photo? I don't know what that is. And that, again, hits Luffus to realize, oh, I'm forgetting something very important. Dena. Dena knew. Because way back there, when I first showed up, I mentioned the idea of photos, and they were adamant about the idea that they could still know who he is. Yes, Dena knows what a photo is. And so we got to talk. Grin. Again, please, unless you have something funny up your sleeve, please just let's hash this out next episode. I kind of assume they're gonna probably get interrupted, because I don't know. They might want to drag that a bit longer. Again, I think it's gonna be fine as long as they just kind of bring it up as the idea of, yes, let's get out of the way. I was trying to cause a conflict. Okay, stop messing around. I'll help you out with whatever you have here, but stop messing with me. Stop messing with me. But yes, the episode kind of ends up with Merrick finally stepping up, realizing they need to actually do their part. And yes, Bennett Nash, the vampire. Bennett Nash, the vampire, realizing that Luffus has to be back, and Megaris didn't inform me, and that it can only mean that she's here, and that Luffus, time we settle our score, I am the vampire, Bennett Nash. So again, unlike all the other heroes that all seem to have lost their guts, like they just, it feels like they just been, those down there just got nipped off and they're just kind of cowering a corner. She seems like she has a lot more gusto. So I'll be curious as to why is she so confident versus the other ones? The other ones have just lost all their guts. Why is she still so strong? What did she do differently? And again, I can see that being a case where she didn't get pounded in the ground. She chose to maybe potentially ally with the devil folk. We'll see though. Anyways, we'll see next week. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, if you did, hit the like button down below. If you like this content, you want to support the channel more, become a member. Until next time, you'll take care.